Man, I've been sick and losing my voice for damn near a week now, and I'm starting to wonder if it's these flowers. What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email that's right here. But today, we are going to talk about this album called Peace of Mind 2, and it comes to us from Turntsnaco. Now, Turntsnaco is an MC from out of Atlanta, and if you want to check out this project as well as his other music, you already know what to do, man. Just take a look at the information box I got for you underneath this video. Now, when it comes to this project right here, it was a little bit hard to review because it's 20 tracks crammed into about under an hour, and you're also going to get some philosophical musings and a little skits throughout. So things can get a little bit sloppy and hectic with this one, especially with some of the more experimental production. On the song Mirrors, you just have way too many sounds coming into play. It's way too jumbly and busy. And then on Diamond Emoji, you get this track that starts off sounding like some sort of weird, spooky lullaby before it transforms into this bright, frantic, and bouncy production. It just seemed like a little bit of a weird choice. So some of these moments with the experimentation, I can appreciate. I can see that he's trying some new things, but at times this album really does get a little bit sloppy. You could also bring that up when talking about some of these vocals, because on the song Soar with Me, it just really sounds like his voice is being drowned in auto-tune. It's very cheap and warbly sounding, and throughout this project you'll notice that a lot of the vocals sound warbly. They just sound kind of cheap and off, and like he could really work on just tightening up his singing skills a bit, or maybe trying out some new vocal effects so it doesn't sound so bad. And when it comes to his rapping, it gets a little bit off as well. I actually found his vocal style to be a little bit dull, and he doesn't have a whole lot of mic presence. So if he could increase his energy, put a little bit more passion into his bars, I really think it would go a long way. And this is something that I say to a lot of indie rappers out there. You really have to come with a strong mic presence, and if you can come with a distinct voice, that would be even better. But you aren't going to get that on any of these songs. For example, on After the Rain, you really get this very stiff flow that just doesn't really draw you in and keep your attention. And these types of vocal performances stick out even more when the production is good. Like on the song Note to Self, where I actually thought this beat had a little bit of bang and bounce to it, but then, once again, his rapping is not drawing you in as far as his vocals go, but there is some decent songwriting on this track as he deals with depression, suicidal thoughts, and also just how he's lost some friends and different relationships throughout his life. So there is a little bit of content that you will pick up on sprinkled throughout. You can definitely tell that he's a thoughtful guy with some imaginative ideas, but I really think just by tightening up these vocal performances and maybe, messing with some production that isn't as crazy, or at least making it a little bit more cohesive, it really would help his sound overall. I'm never here to tell someone what to do, like you need to do this to suit me. I'm just saying these are some of the things that I picked up on. But to get into some of the more positives here, I really did like that nice and jazzy production on February Afternoon. That was a beat that stuck out to me for sure. And on the track Dab in Your Face, he actually is working some really nice flows on the hook. That was a perfect example of him bringing some nice energy and vocals to the occasion. Although once again, the verses get a little bit dull. And just to mention on that February Afternoon track, as much as I do like that nice jazzy production, those warbly auto-crooned, or whatever the vocal effect is he's dousing on there, that warbly voice comes back into effect. So as much as there are some things on here that I don't like, there are these little moments and glimmers of hope. So I definitely don't think he's a lost cause. I just think there are some little things that he could fix up that would easily take his music much further. But the one song on here that I think is the most cohesive and really worked for him is the track Connect On. This one is just very dreamy and wavy. It's another auto-croon track, but this time his voice actually sounds really dope. I think he pulled it off very well. On this one, he's sort of just going in about this girl who he misses, just a lost relationship, and he's trying to connect with her. So I like this overall, man. This is a track I could actually put in rotation, and probably the only track on here that I would really recommend. Like, I think this one sounded very high quality, especially compared to some of these other ones. So that might be a track he could look at and say, you don't want to make a million tracks that sound just like that, but there were definitely things there that worked for him. So that was the best track to me. I've already talked about some of the things I like and don't like. So for me, this is a 2 out of 5. I mean, this isn't a project I can really say is great or one that I would recommend to a lot of people, unless maybe you really like experimental sounds, because he has messed around on here again, which I do appreciate. I think it's cool that he's trying some new things, but he really needs to iron some of these ideas out, I think. Stronger vocal performances would make a big difference. Maybe making a project that's a little bit tighter, because as I said, this one gets a bit draggy and sloppy. Like, it wasn't enjoyable enjoyable to listen to this for me from beginning to end. So you know what? This is just my opinion. Here's a couple ideas that I gave to you about what you may be able to work on and improve on. But I would say, you know what? I would keep with that experimental sound and messing around with different things. Just tighten it up, because that really will set you apart from some of these other artists out there. You just need to fix a couple things. So that's what I thought about it. You guys can check it out. I got the links below in the information box. And of course, make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff, man, where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos. Just do all the social media stuff, man. I don't got to run it down all the time. You already know by now. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.